Come find your yoga mat. We're going to start standing. Welcome yourself to Triple B by taking a low eye gaze or even close the eyes. Just kind of shift your body a little bit side to side for a moment. Take in a couple of breaths, roll the shoulders up and back, and roll the shoulders forward and down. A lot of upper body work today. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Bend the knees as you exhale, let it go. Sweep it back up. Just a couple of times, big full breaths like this. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sweep and release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sweep and release. One more time. Stand tall, hold on to your shoulders and twist. No wrong way to do these opening movements, just warming up the body. Do try to keep the shoulders and elbows about in line with one another here. Pick up the heels so you have a good full rotation side to side. And slow it down. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Come to the back end of the yoga mat. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Walk it forward to downward facing dog. We'll take the twist first here. Take the right hand, reach towards the left ankle, look underneath the left armpit. Set the hand back down. Do it to the second side. Left hand, hold the outside of the right ankle. And set it back down. Come forward to plank pose. Push down through the hands. Make your arms straight. Squeeze the glutes in. Lengthen the tailbone. Tone the belly. Look a little forward. Full, strong, steady plank. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Add mountain climbers. Right, left, right, left. 8 of them today in this warm-up set. And then step or jump, front of the mat, low squat, hands go back down, step or jump it back, walk it all the way in, stand up, reach the arms to the sky, do it all over, exhale and fold. Walk it out, downward facing dog, take the twist under the body, hand down, twist under the body, hand down, come forward to plank. Give yourself a steady hold here. And then 8 mountain climbers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump or step to your squat. Jump or step it back. Through dog to walk the hands, nice little hamstring stretch as you get towards the back. Lift it up. And one more time, exhale, fold it over. Walk it out. Here we are in our twist. Side to side. Forward to plank, hold steady and strong. And then add in the mountain climbers for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat. Take it all the way back. Slow walk back. Feel the stretch through the back of the legs. And let's come all the way up. Reach the arms to the sky. Keep the arms up. And then drop the left hand down. So just right arm up. Reach, reach, reach. And take it a little arch to the side. Crescent pose. Inhale, come back to the center. Lift the left arm back up. Drop the right arm down. Reach up and over to the side. And back up. Release. Okay, pick up your dumbbells. We'll get into our sets here. There's 2 exercises, 3 blocks. We'll do everything one time and then we'll start over from the top. Very simple bicep curls here. Palms open, stand steady. You could also be with one foot back, a little bit more of a staggered step. We're going up for 2 and down for 2. Super basic bicep curl. As you curl, keep the elbows locked into the side, no swinging here. Tone in the abdomen. So it's nice and steady. You want your full range of motion. And if that full range means you're a little bit slower, that's fine too. We stay together as much as it works. Use the beat that works for you. 2 more just like this. 2 up and 2 down. 2 up and 2 down. Here's something a little bit different. It's a half curl. You go all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, and all the way down. All the way up, halfway, all the way up and down. And this is what gets me into a little bit of a lighter set rather than a heavier set of dumbbells. It's 1 count for each. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You start all over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. There's 4 more like this. Continue to work your range of motion. Elbows snug into the side, not swinging forward or back. 1 foot in front of the other can help distribute the weight here. Last one. Right into a tricep kickback. If you fold over, bend, hinge from the hip, little bend behind the knee, arms are straight, and then bend, straighten, and bend, straighten, and stand up. We're like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you just hang out for a breath. Goes again. It helps me to say that straighten and bend as we go along. So it's here. Straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and stand. Few more. Similar intention from the bicep curls in terms of keeping the elbows into the side. Don't let it swing out. In the kickback, go for as straight of an arm as possible, forming that horseshoe shape of the tricep muscle in the back of the arm. So we're working front of the arm, then back of the arm. From here, we'll be moving on to shoulders. So we want to kind of tax ourselves out. Biceps, triceps. 1 more like this, and then we're going to add the 2 poses together, 2 activities together. Go back to the biceps. It's up, halfway, up, and down. Tricep kick back, in, it's back, in, straighten, and stand. Biceps. So there's a 4 like this. This is the second of the 4. Curl, halfway, curl, release. Straighten and bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and stand. Last one. Half curl, full release. Looking good. And stand. Nice, safely set down your weights for a moment. Give yourself just a little bit of a shake, about 30 seconds in between here. We'll be coming back to that, but first moving on to our next set of exercises. Shoulder, a little bit of abdominal focus as well. Watch me first. So just standing upright, nice strong postural muscles all the way up the back side of the body. Shoulder fly, we're going straight out to the side. and down. In the shoulder fly, arms, weights go only as high as the shoulders. It's not an actual fly, okay? Grab hold. This one might be a good one to use that stutter step, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. You're putting most of the weight on the forward foot. Let's go. We've got 8 here. Up for 2 and down for 2. Up, 2, down, 2. Good. Keep going. Little bend in the elbows. I can just barely see the weights in my peripheral vision here. Remember, only as high as the shoulders as you lift. Put the weight more on the forward foot. Back heel up if you're using the staggered step. I think we got 3 more here. Apologize if my count is off. Tone in the belly. You're going to hold on to these same weights. Take a wide stance. And wherever you went with that wide stance, please take it a little more narrow. Okay, turn your right toes out. Windmill or triangle pose. Bottom arm hovers right above the ground. Okay, here's the shoulder work. Top arm in. Top arm straight up towards the sky. If that's too much with the weight, you could always drop set it. Use just one weight. Look up rather than down here. And we're coming halfway up and halfway down. So shoulder stability while working pretty strong oblique abdominal pose as well. It's halfway up, halfway down. Try to watch the top hand the whole time. Keep the dumbbell right over the line of the top shoulder. Good, you're up and you're down for 2 more times. Up and down. Bottom arm brushing right against the leg the entire time. Carefully bring the top arm back to the hip. Come upright. Switch the feet. So feet definitely more narrow than a traditional triangle pose. Make sure you feel as though you can squeeze in your thighs, pelvic floor lifted. Take the bottom hand down, find its lower angle first. Safely top arm. Look up rather than down, so you can be measuring that hand over the shoulder, nice and stable. And we go up and down. I'm brushing from the lower end of my calf to the high end of the calf in the range here. We're up and down, up and down. Let's do 4 more. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Safely bring the top arm back to the hip, bottom hand to the hip, come upright, and heel toe the feet together. No combination with that one. We set the weights down. Third block of work, lie down onto your belly. So we've gotten biceps, triceps, shoulders. We need some upper back work. Lay down on your belly, reach your arms out in front of you like superhero pose. Have you ever sat at the gym and done a lat pull down? Hold on to that big bar and pull down. Imagine that same thing happening here. It's like straight arms to goalpost arms. Let's inhale and lift everything that we can up. And then bend at the elbows and pull back. As you stretch straight, you can lower the belly down. And we'll do this, lift and pull and straighten. Feet can stay on the ground as you wish. Do squeeze in the glutes the entire time to help strengthen and protect the low back while we try to work a little opening and range in the upper back. Pull and extend. Pull and extend. You're here for 3 extend. For 2, extend. And 1, extend. Place the hands under the shoulders. Come up to the top of a plank. Strong and steady, top of plank. This one's a little bit more like 3 exercises rather than 2. Bring the hands together so that your thumbs touch. All 10 fingers still spread nice and wide. You can keep the feet as wide as your yoga mat. Stage 1 right here, you hold. Stage point 5, I should have said, is knees down, you hold. With knees up or down, you can add one arm lift and lower, arm lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. We've got 4 and down, 3 and down, 2 and down, 1 and down. Come to all fours, knees on the ground. Working a little bit upper back mobility now. With knees on the ground, it starts the same way. Lift one arm straight out in front of you. Place the hand behind your head, elbow straight out to the side. Tone and turn in the belly to let the upper back open, elbow face more up towards the sky. And then come into the center, extend the arm, and lower it down. Second side, so the arm goes straight ahead, behind your head. Lift the elbow from the turn of the belly, back to your neutral, arm out and down. First side, we're doing this just 2 times each side. Second side, hand behind the head, lift the elbow from the turn of the belly, back to neutral, arm straight, lower down. Do downward facing dog here, lift the hips, pedal out the feet, let the head shake a little bit. So that's the full cycle of work. We know the poses, we know the exercises. Walk the hands back to the feet and slowly roll on up to standing. Good time to get a drink of water, reset yourself. And then grab hold of those weights again. You can decide if you have an option of different heaviness to go lighter, go heavier. We get right into the bicep curls again. Open the palms to the front, fully extended to start. Okay, let's do it. All the way up, all the way down. Up for 2, down for 2. Up for 2, down for 2. Have a little steady bend behind the knees or that staggered step. Remember, you try to go full range of motion here. Up to the shoulders and all the way extension through the arms. That's it. Just a few more like this. And then we change to that half curl. So you go all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, all the way down. Stay toned in the belly, keep it up. Halfway, up, and down. Set of 8 here. All the way up, halfway down, all the way up, and down. This is 4. Remember, change your stance. You can always drop set it, but keep your full form. We've got 2 more. All the way up, halfway. Change right into our tricep kickbacks. Hinge at the hip, bend at the elbow, Extend straight back, pull in, down, and lift. You're down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Again. Anytime that we are working strength on the back side of the arm, we are working steadying on the front side of the arm. So here as we work triceps, they're strong and squeezing. Biceps actually need to lengthen and extend. Hitting both sides. Couple more times here. Remember, knees nice and bent. Chest is still lifted even as you do the kickback. And then let's add them both together from the half curl. It's up, halfway, up, all the way down. Hinge, kick back, and stand. Curl, halfway, all the way up, all the way down. Arms are straight and then bent, straight, bend, straight, and stand. 2 more like this. Confuse the muscles a little bit. Go through both sides, all in the same rotation. Last one. Tricep kickback right here. And nice work, you are done. Set the weights down safely for a moment, meaning bend the knees as you do that. Give it a little bit of a shake. We'll give ourselves about 30 seconds. Shoulder fly, again, thinking, was that the right set of weights for me? I think these 2 last blocks go pretty quick because we don't have that combination. Let's get it done. Nice steady stance. Again, pull navel towards the spine, tailbone straight down to the floor, head up towards the sky. Inhale, lift up, fly, and lower. Keep the dumbbells just barely in your peripheral vision. Remember, only go as high as the shoulders. And keep that little even bend behind the elbows. We're up and down. We're up and down. Let's give it 2 more right here. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Okay, probably the most things going on here in our next stance. So if you take a wide stance out to where you might regularly be for triangle, then pull it in a little bit. Get into our windmill. You turn the right leg out, right arm down. Set the bottom arm first. Find your lower point. Turn the gaze and take the top arm up to the sky. Watch that top arm the whole time. Come halfway up and down. Let the bottom hand brush against the calf as you move from the knee towards the ankle in your range of motion. Great work in the obliques here. Lots of great stabilization work in the top shoulder. We're here for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Top arm safely back, bottom arm safely back. Pick yourself upright and turn your feet. Set the left arm first. Again, mid to lower shin. Turn the torso, set the top arm. And we go for 8 and 7, 6, 5, Keep looking up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Transition safely out of the pose. That's where that one gets tricky to me. Bring it in. Done with the weights. Set them down out of your way. Make your way to lie down onto the belly. Get into our back extensions here. Superhero, reach your arms forward. This is the down position. As you lift everything up, bend at the elbow, pull back, goddess or goalpost arms, and then extend. That's 1, we've got 8. Up for 2, and extend. Make the legs work for you and with you, so it's a squeeze of the muscles in the thighs and the butt. I think we're on 4, and extend. 5, and extend. 6, 7, last one, make it a count. And release. Push back to child's pose for a moment. Find your way to plank. And it's that plank pose with hands closer together. I make my thumbs just barely brush. Knees can be down for stage A, and you add the arms from there. Or knees up, feet wider than the hands to give you a good stabilization so we're less twisting. Okay, try to keep the weight centered. And here we are, you lift one arm up and down. Keep the body as stable as you can, not moving side to side. You're going first hand down, second hand down, first hand down, second. Give me one more each side just for good measure. And then we bring the knees down, all fours, so quadruped position. Hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath our hips. And it starts the same as we just did, one arm lifts. But now take that hand behind your head. These are slower movements. We're working on range of motion. Try to lift the elbow more up to the sky. Belly toned as you turn the upper back. And then go back to neutral. Arm out and down. Second side, arms straight out in front of you. Behind the head, and it's more that you're pushing your head into the hand rather than the reverse. Add the lift and twist. Back towards neutral. Arm out. Lower it down. Do it one more time each side. I think these are often the hardest asks. Finding multiple joints to work together in greater range of motion. Arm out and down. All of it combines as a part of our overall health and wellness. Hand behind the head, add the turn. Back to neutral. Arm out and down. Take it to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Nice work. We made it all the way through both big blocks of work. I've got a couple of extras for us. Here's the first one. Lower back down to the knees, come down to the forearms. You can keep hands apart or interlace. We're doing forearm plank for about 60 seconds. 60-second challenge already. Let's do it. Both feet back. Try to look more forward, like at your hands towards the front end of your yoga mat. Sometimes I find just a little movement makes it easier, takes the mind off of things. If you want to pedal out through the legs, do a little marching, or just stay steady. Use the knees when you need to use the knees. Try to come back to it after a couple of breaths. In every case, nice tone, full breathing. We've got this. Feeling the burn in the shoulders there for sure. Done good work. And you're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take child's pose. The clock is only in my head, so those 60 seconds always a little bit longer or shorter, but I'm doing it with you, so I promise it won't last too long. Here's the second and last of our 60-second challenges. I'm going to move my body more towards one side of the yoga mat here in plank pose, and we are walking from one side to the next. When you get one hand off, one hand on, one push-up, and then you walk it over. Join me and go for it. Push-ups, toes or knees, as always, your full range of motion. So if you start to notice that you need knees down to get you into that full range, take it, and then walk on the toes. I'm saying we're already halfway through here. Keep up the good work. Find what works for you in this 60 seconds. Maybe it's no push-ups, just the walk. Maybe it's just the push-ups, no walk. We're working on some shoulder agility as we walk from side to side. How can we steady and hold ourselves? Okay, come back to the center and push the downward facing dog. You've done the work, the challenges. Cool down, child's pose. The cool down, the stretch, as important as the rest. Come to lie flat down onto your belly. Reach one arm straight out to the side. Set that ear side of the face down to the mat. And then roll over your shoulder. Take the opposite leg and step behind you. Stretch in the front of the shoulder, the chest here. Then come to your center, extend the opposite arm. Roll, step back. This is always a tricky one for me. I can get a little caught in the hips if stepping the leg behind you doesn't work. A lot of times it's okay for me just to keep the legs flat and still getting that stretch and opening back to the shoulder. Okay, come back to your middle. Come up to all fours, step your right foot forward. Walk up to the front thigh. A little opening through the front side of the body, take the arms out. Interlace behind your back, a little more. Stay on this side, take the right arm across. And triceps, right elbow up to the sky. Use the left hand to help. Okay, we do all that on the second side. Left knee forward. Hands to the front thigh to start with. Let's take the hands to the front. Round the back, look towards your belly for that upper back stretch. Come back to your neutral, left arm goes across. It's angled a little bit down towards the hip. And change, elbow straight up towards the sky. Release the hands down. Let's go back to downward facing dog. Pick up the back knee, step it all the way back. Bend the knees a lot. Walk your hands back to your feet. Ragdoll pose. Hold on to the elbows or just let the arms hang. A little sway from side to side. Okay, and finally, take a seat on your yoga mat. Actually lie all the way down onto your yoga mat. Stretch the arms overhead. Be as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. We're trying to make our body like a banana shape, so I'm going to walk both legs over towards the left. Wrap the right ankle over the left leg. Then move both hands a little bit towards the left as well, so there's this crescent moon or banana shape through the body. Almost relax here. It's a great yen posture to stay with for several more minutes. But today, we're going right into the other side. Uncross the feet, walk the legs over towards the other corner. Left ankle wraps over the right. And shift the upper body a little bit to curve in the opposite direction. Stretch it all out. Okay, whew, back to the center. Give yourself a nice squeeze. A little hug into the middle. I always like to sit up rather than lie back for the last moment of class. Rock yourself back up to a seated position. Let your eye gaze stay low or close the eyes. Just kind of take in the breath. Notice the work. Good response. Here as we close that the body gives. The more that I strengthen and give resistance to the body, open up in these different ways of fitness and exercise, certainly notice how that responds to improvement in the yoga postures themselves, the asana practice. Maybe you notice just in the seat you can be a little more still more easily. From this healthy habit on to the next of your day. Thank you for taking the time for practice. Onward.